Halo guys, ya sekarang kalian nobar tanpa saya dulu ya guys ya. Makan dulu, makan dulu, makan dulu.
Even if Kalia lands on APBREN, I think Aurora, especially Red Jay, can just answer back with a jaw hit. So I think Aurora's comfortable in not picking the Kalia first pick.
This does leave Suyo out in the open. Not much of a fair trade anymore, given that every jungler you pick from here on is compromised. It's a tier down.
Okay. Suyo. There's no more Suyo Joy trade, but APBREN can honestly go Hayabusa third or even. Nah, they don't have the Matilda, so they can go Alpha 3 unless they're okay with that. I think for APBREN, just don't forget about the Hayabusa. Keep that in mind. Aurora would probably eye to ban it out. Definitely contest the Phoveus. I would not want to give the Phoveus to Edward.
Do it now.
Yeah, if you can, just go ahead and pick it here.
How would you reckon Phoveus Kalia?
Yep, Phoveus Kalia would be good. Strong pickoff, strong sustain for both. That'd be a great combo. Yeah, but then the jump siblings have to play then into what could be a Sicilian pickup for Yue, which Aurora have not been shy of prioritizing because they really understand the power spike of it very well.
Oh!
You're calling the Kalia there, man.
There it is.
You call the Phobias, guys. Woo! APBREN with a very aggressive start. Kalia and Phobias in the picture. Now Aurora, if you don't get the US pick so far, it's gonna get banned out for sure in the second banning phase. They still lack. Do they naturally go for a gold laner? Because I know they last picked the roam picks.
Yeah. So they go for the Moskov. They're really taking out some of the comfort picks there of Shizo. So Shizo might actually end up with something along the lines of a Matrix or Bruno again. And Aurora get the Hilda for Edward, one of the picks that we expected. So they're going to go into the second phase with their mid and roam not yet shown. However, if APBREN decide to pick the Hayabusa here or an assassin along those lines, they still have to watch out for the possibility that the Hilda might actually go into the roam. It's rarely happened, but it's happened at least once already this season against a very assassin-heavy line.
Could a Hanzo pick be good for James Max? I know he hasn't used it yet. Renmar.
Renmar.
What grinds Renmar's gears?
He's grimacing beyond your imagination, folks. Let me add to the flame here, Renmar, as if you're not already miffed at midnight. You know what he says about Lucas?
What?
Spent a good weekend with him last week casting for another international event. He said Lucas is a better alpha.
I can see it, but I will avoid that 3. So,
You know, you understand it, but you don't have to like it.
so APBREN, I like that they're taking away the burst types for Red J. To see if they'll still respect the Tigreal later on. I think APBREN would want to float around the idea of banning out one mid laner. Maybe I prefer if they take out the Vexana or Valent. Though they have
Not the Sicilian?
okay, the thing is, they have to choose between Valentina or Sicilian. If Aurora has a very easy Valentina pickup, however, they'll actually be lacking a bit of reach, and it's quite Moskov dependent on the reach. That's why Aurora's taking away the long reach mages, such as the Farsa.
And then the Eve later.
And then the Eve later maybe, because APBREN would 100%, hopefully they're thinking about Sicilian or Valentina as their pick. If they ban the Valentina, they lock Sicilian now, and then they just have to accept that they're playing either into Vexana or even a Fail. Because if they pick the Valentina, they are even turning off the possibility that Aurora likes to go for the late last pick Theramis when it looks like Yue doesn't have any more pickups available for him.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking that route where APBREN just takes out the Valentina instead. Again, they also secured the Lucas already, so let's still see. But they instead opt for the Hylos. Might even secure the Valentina for themselves.
That's just how big a threat Renegade is, man.
Yeah.
Horseman, Hitman, Fishman, Hookman.
Merman.
Just take it all out.
Lakers in 5.
It's Fishman.
Yeah.
Not
Wait, no,
Merman?
I think Merman should be more.
It's supposed to be
No.
Merman with Kalia.
To be
No.
fair, she's not a mer. She just has a tail,
Oh.
a magical tail.
Okay, fine.
Fish.
So he is Fishman. They take away burst and strong sustain.
Oh,
Huh?
I'm smelling a Sicilian.
they're
Or a Valentina
Yeah,
themselves.
think of the Valentina because it's either a Faramis.
Oh, Sicilian command.
Oh, No, I think Aurora might be considering the Veil, actually.
That too, like, there's just, because of the Sicilian ban, they have all of the options.
Yeah.
They're
Is
in
it-
control.
It's interesting because if APBREN played into the Sicilian, they have choices, you know, that Aurora didn't need to ban the Sicilian on. But okay, I'm okay with it. So it's either Faramis or Veil for UA. Or, well, I mean, Aurora's still there, but Aurora's not the usual flavor right now for teams.
Aurora feels more like a liability at this point.
Yeah.
Again, you're stuck with the Faramis. That could be very beneficial for Chovskirt now. Unless they go with a safe route like the Vexana.
Yeah, if you're thinking about safe and like burst, good control,
Yeah.
there's that.
Even the Vexana feels weird because they're giving over EG.
Oh, Juice in.
Oh!
That works.
Are they gonna chip? Nah, okay, the Cho. of
There is
course.
nothing. Aurora's giving the Chovskirt's Valentina right now.
Yeah.
What do you want? You want the way of the dragon? You gotta get in here.
Alright. I always forget that Juice is available sometimes this late. I was saying it in the previous series and I completely forgot about her this time around.
Yeah, that sometimes it slips
Yeah.
in the second picking phase. I honestly was sure that it was banned out.
Bro, at this point you just go like Beatrix or something. I mean, to be fair, it's all dive, very close range. Based on what we saw earlier, if they go Beatrix here, they'd have some strong sustainability as long as they can get to that Has clause relatively fast.
Or a Brunar.
Or a Bruno, yeah, because the lineup in the center of the map, if that can scale, you need a gold laner that can scale very quickly. Bruno or Bay are good for me too.
There. Oh,
Interesting.
Huh. What is Shizo trying to do here? Is he trying to time out the Crimson?
Crimson Beacon.
Yeah, he's just
Flare?
basically the flares.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna kill you before you ragdoll me around. Is that the mentality here?
Be able to though. I mean, there are a lot of like, there's a lot of shield creation on the side of Aurora. I think that's also one thing that they're thinking about. That maybe the true damage brought out by the carry should really help with all the shields.
It'll go through.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe that's well, but I wish they went with a marksman that had just like a little bit more reach. This is a very all-in risky lineup for APBREN. If they can make their early game execution work again, because Lucas jungle is so dependent on not getting invaded in the first 5 minutes and winning at least 2 turtles.
It's exacerbated by the fact that there's 3 Purifies in Aurora's lineup.
Yep.
And going into game 1, the draft shows that APBREN are willing to do anything it takes, even, you know, pick a Valentina blind into a lineup that you're not so sure you're going to get a good ult out of.
Yeah. So I'm really guessing right now that Chovskirt is going to have a hard time trying to control the center of the map with the limited resources that he can pick up. Shizu, I know I've seen a lot of Shizu carries back in MDL where he can solo carry the whole game, but it's gonna boil down again to Renmar's point. They're literally just gonna wait for that power spike to come through.
Yeah. Oh, and this is not how you want to get that. Not like that. Losing your roamer early on. Let's see if APBREN can recover with maybe a jungle invader too, maybe at least like 1 camp for James Panks.
Even before we saw the emblems, the Hitman strikes.
Yeah, strong pokes, again, strong control in the center of the map. And that's what APBREN are going to have to play into at the center, lacking reach. Again, you know what, looking back, I think the Sicilian ban was actually quite okay.
Oh, you see that? Thrill on Renege's Cho.
Oh.
This was premeditated. He really just wanted to get those hits in.
Yeah, the Hitman literally wants to connect not just with the kicks but also the damage. So we can expect a lot of 2-man gaming even for Aurora. Not even have to wait for the trio to rotate.
That's maybe the threes.
The thrill.
The three.
The thrill.
The thrill!
All right. So that's the story in the XP and gold. Yeah, these two are trying to scale. How about the down bottom here?
All right. Center of the map, bottom of the map, rather.
Yeah, look at this. Edward just avoiding that, rotating out first.
Yep. So the very quick control mid.
Okay, forced out the flicker right away and right on time.
Oh.
And even you is not even done, just dishing out the lantern flares. And it's APBREN not going to be able to commit once again for this turtle. And even Edward just literally giving James Pax a hard time as Yue picks up one more. Here comes the Infernal Pursuit. SOD's not gonna connect, but the first man down is Edward. Here comes James Pax with the Unleash the Beast, forcing Aurora to retreat.
Oh, this is tough. James Pax secures, big knock-up. Oh, but it's too late. The Toonami Slam takes down the Hitman.
APBREN finding their condition early on. That's one check. If they can continue that into the second turtle and win that, then that Lucas jungle will be online without a problem. Aurora were respecting it. They sent Edward. They wanted to pressure the Lucas. And Aurora looked like they were able to win it, but then suddenly the Unleash the Beast brought out at the right time. APBREN pushed back Aurora, got kills, got turtle.
This is the reason why Phobius has been a hot pick for our XP laners. I mean, Dare was already picked up by the Lantern player. Instead of going out, he actually casted the Infernal Pursuit to engage more up against Aurora to pick up those kills.
Which makes me wonder why Alpha is not a hot pickup right now. I mean, you're doing it with Lucas. So what if the Lucas starts getting banned out? APBREN is evolving the meta as we speak. Mind you, this hero here was not seen at all in the first series today.
Yep.
So there's a space that APBREN is playing in that maybe other teams are not.
Yeah. For Aurora, though, they are the first team so far this season to win with that Lucas jungle for Demon Kite. I guess that's why they were so aggressive early on, to try and get James Pax out of his rotation, out of his comfort zone, to force him to retreat. But no, James Pax decided to fight into it. So let's see if Aurora will fight into the second turtle, knowing that the Lucas has already ticked its first condition to success.
APBREN up by about 1,000, so this does make Aurora think if it's worth it to contest. They're holding down mid, double laning for Dominkai. This does not give Shizu the same privilege, but she's farming up well here, building up the Corrosion Scythe.
Things might change once again for APBREN because 10 seconds in, Turtle will respawn. And so far, I'm not quite sure if Aurora is going to be able to contest this unless Renegade gets a good position here in the brush.
That and if Dominkai hits the SOD.
Yeah.
That was something that was, you know, a game changer for that first turtle.
Okay. No, it looks like they won't. Demon Kite's going to be going for an orange side invade up top, and they're going to give this to APBREN.
Yep. DK off camera trying to yeet out the orange away from APBREN as 3 members of the former MDL championship squad just dogpile on the turtle. James Pax secures.
Yeah, and that's a great rotation because James Pax does not have an orange buff to steal on the side of Aurora, so they're going to try and steal purple.
Here comes the Toonami Slam onto the Hitman! And the blast just literally blasted Renegade, and now they're going to transition onto the middle lane, and that's already a win for APBREN.
Oh, that's a flicker away from there. Used defensively. Definitely was worth it. I think if he spent maybe a second or two longer, Edward would have hit the flare.
Yeah. Great decision by APBREN to be aggressive. In the center of the map, there's a fight!
Oh, a 2-man pickup, trying to work on Chov's. Kekadol was able to escape, though. And still no response from Aurora Gaming as they try to take control over the mid lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you were in the MPL arena, you would know that the Hive is alive right now. APBREN fans are going crazy. They're bullying Aurora, currently number 2 in the stands. 5 minutes in.
If APBREN manages to win this game, that's already 100% win rate for Kalea the whole day.
Yep.
No
Egan.
longer
Yep.
You say that again.
All right. Look at the items. Neck and neck for the jungler, similar to the gold lane. Slight leads there for Dominkai because of his double laning that he was able to get a bit of earlier. Yeah, so far nothing too crazy. Although I like the item build path of Edward. He went for Dreadnought, Fury Hammer, then even got some pants for himself, knowing that he has to spend a lot of time in the front lines.
Yep, this was referred to by Ben Things earlier in the day. In that pre-match segment, he mentioned a chop suey build. Kekadol with a jump.
Oh, Dare goes in also with Infernal Pursuit, gets caught up by 4. And a shutdown onto Dominkai. That's a good play from Aurora.
One of the veterans of APBREN got isolated. What were they thinking?
Center of the map. Okay, James Pax is only able to get the
JJ?
purple buff. Oh, what a kick!
No Purify, so the kick's gonna connect. Feeds him off to Dominkai. Already a double for Dominkai.
They folded that boy in half.
And Shizu wasn't even able to use the flicker to change the trajectory of him getting kicked. It happened way too fast for him to react to. Now, little by little, Aurora are controlling the game here. It's them understanding their power spike yet again.
Oh, as King Kong, Demon Kite rather, will secure that turtle.
King Kong was last game. He did very well too.
Time traveling shoutcaster, I love it.
Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, Aurora are in control. They forfeited 2 turtles in this game, but are now in the driver's seat with a 2,000 gold lead and a push up top and down bottom. APBREN's map is shrinking.
It's coming from the great counter rotations by Demon Kite. He's been controlling the jungle.
Okay. Oh! You had dodged the Tsunami Slam! No more initiations for APBREN. Even the SOD is going to connect Renegade as he goes in. Going to catch Kakadot, feeding him off once again to Dom and Kite. But they were able to clap back though. But look at Mr. Consistent. Edward picks up one more.
And that was in the midst of all of APBREN's members. This whole time, Edward was able to hone in on the man with a million moves.
This would be a great game to look back and learn from Demon Kite how he was able to slowly manipulate the jungle in the map so that Aurora would climb back into this. Even though APBREN got 2 turtles and ticked the condition for the Lucas, suddenly the Lucas's jungle, his teammates, look just completely gone now, as Aurora have just taken control from a 900, 700 gold lead. It's ballooned to almost 5,000.
Renmar, the last raider ain't done raiding.
Yeah.
You can take the Kingslayers out of the league, but you can't take the Kingslayers out of the players. Demon Kite is currently, even at 0-0 and 3, running for MVP. Dare gets spotted.
Okay, now they're going to work on the top lane. Here comes the Tidal Strike. Again, a beautiful Purify coming in from Dom and Kite. Now the clap back from Aurora.
Oh,
Mega kill. Make it 2. Might go for 3. But Demon Kite gets 1 more and a double. A 4-man swing for the Northern Lights.
Choveskirt gets away with just 10 HP. Aurora, I don't know if it was up to them, but they took 1 prisoner to go tell everyone what went down.
This is vintage Aurora. Again, just knowing their power spikes in conditions. Go ahead, get the first 2 turtles or whatnot. It's fine. We'll find a condition, an invade, an objective take to completely turn the game to our favor at around 7 to 9 minutes into the game. And that's exactly what happened here again. It's gone from 700 to 900 to 5,000 to 8,000 and climbing for the gold lead of the Northern Lights.
That's just the beauty of having 3 Purifies for Aurora. I mean, if you're Kakadot, you have your eyes set on the Dom and Kite, Yue, but now Aurora trying to go for it as Dare jumps in once again. There was an Unleash the Beast. First man down is Kakadot, and from the back, the last Raider sandwiches APBREN, and again, is this an instant replay?
No way! Deja vu! Choveskirt the only one left this time! Aurora's got a Lord!
Choveskirt up against 4, he's gonna get taken down, and Aurora back on the winning time as they take game 1.
Northern Lights at match point. APBREN have a lot to work on.
Systemized by Aurora. They got the early. We got our wishes for APBREN having a nice earlier game. You know what? Those 2 turtles, they were controlling. But the counter jungling by Demon Kite, that turn, they gave the second turtle because Demon Kite invaded orange. Before that, he already got his orange, so there was no orange to steal if you're APBREN. And James Bounce was always 1 buff down.